Good evening to everybody. Good morning, wherever, which part of the world you are. My name is Maneesh Tripathi. And Chairman, with your permission, may I start?
Yes, please.
So my name is Maneesh Tripathi. Maybe know who all are there from IIT later. We will do a quick introduction, Dr. Nikhil and Professor Amitabha and Rahul ji. But let me start by welcoming everybody. For us, Chairman, this is a very auspicious and a very important occasion. The Chamber, for the first time, is tying up through an MoU for startup and innovation.
Wonderful.
Through a pinnacle institute worldwide.
Yes.
And Professor Saab, you can say more about this, but top 500, Fortune 500 companies, rough statistics is more than 20% of the CEOs, CTOs, technology officers are from IIT. So I won't say anything much about IIT, but I would give a quick intro and introduce the eminent person with me. We have the Chamber, Singapore Indian Chamber of Commerce's chairperson and chairman, Dr. T. Chandroo. Dr. Chandroo, thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.
We also have Mr. Tushar Doshi. Tushar is a board member for the Chamber and also a part of the Startup and Innovation Subcommittee. We also have on Zoom with us the other subcommittees, Mr. Parthiban, hi Parthi if you're there, Mr. Murli Krishnan, hi Murli if you're there. And we have one nominated committee member in the subcommittee chairman, as you know, Mr. Maneesh Muralidharan, who is from the startup community.
Yes.
We also have with us CEO, Mr. Johnson. Johnson, you want to just come closer to me for a minute?
Yeah.
Hi, Johnson is here because we have this social distancing, so we have to keep a distance, guys. Sorry about that. So we have the full committee and the whole SICCI members are there. Professor Amitabha, thank you for the initiative, what you have done for so long with us. Dr. Nikhil and your team, Rahul ji, thank you very much. Concept very simple. Singapore startups will get a home through IIT Kanpur for the India marketplace. Indian startups through the precious filtering process of IIT Kanpur. And first, they have an organization chairman called Foundation of Innovation and Research in Science and Technology, FIRST, first. So we get association with IIT Kanpur and FIRST, and also like us, they have something called SIIC, Startup and Incubation Innovation Center. So Tushar, like us, subcommittee, which Professor Amitabha is chairing, if I understand correctly. So through one MoU, we get access to IIT Kanpur talent, but also get access to FIRST and SIIC. So our startups can go to India, find a home. They will mentor, groom through IIT Kanpur and give them access to hinterland. Similarly, Professor Saab, IIT talent and innovation and startups can come through our Launchpad ecosystem, through the Chamber, and Chamber has members, we have mentors. We will give them home and access to ASEAN and RCEP hinterland, which is close to 1.2 billion people.
Yes.
So this is the concept, Chairman, and this is what I wanted to introduce. Now, as per the agenda, Professor Saab, with your permission, before I go to Dr. Chandroo's address, may I kindly request you to please introduce the team with you from the IIT Kanpur side. Professor Saab. Professor Amitabha.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Maneesh ji. First of all, happy good afternoon to all of you. You are ahead of us. And good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Joshi and all Chamber of Commerce. It's a real pleasure to be with you on this occasion today. With me, I have Dr. Nikhil Agarwal, who is the Chief Executive Officer of FIRST, and he is also the Chief Executive Officer of C3I Hub, that is a cybersecurity incubator that we have just started. It is the only cybersecurity R&D facility and incubation facility in the country. And Nikhil will be heading both these organizations. And I have with us Ms. Ragini Nathli. She is our head of corporate communications. And
Professor Sir, we are not able to hear you.
He has a family emergency, so he is in fact. But can you not hear me now?
No, Professor Sir, was slightly better.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now better. Now better. Yeah.
Okay, because nothing changed from my side. Anyway, so other than Nikhil, I have Ragini. Ragini is the head of corporate communications at our incubator, and we are looking forward to get started. We are actually in Delhi inside of an office, so we would.
That's a very so in fact we are sitting in the Ramanujan auditorium of Department of Science and Technology. So we were here to meet the lot. There is no better place than the federal government office to do this MOU, this relationship and friendship that we are entering into today.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Professor Sir. Thank you very much.
So yeah.
Chairman, with your permission, I also
Sure.
see some of our other board members. So, Professor Amitabha, we work very closely. Startup and Incubation works very closely with Bilateral and International Trade Committee. So, I have Miss Purnima also. I can see she has joined us. So, Purnima ji, thank you for joining. Can you just say hello, Purnima ji?
She's muted.
Yeah, you are muted, Purnima ji, but hello from our end.
Hi, namaskar, Amitabha ji.
Namaskar.
Anybody else there? Dylan? Kishore Bhai is there?
Kishore Bhai is there.
Kishore Bhai. So Kishore Bhai is also a very renowned member of the chamber and the business community. Kishore Bhai, thank you for joining. He's also a member of the board member of the chamber and a part of Bilateral and International Trade Committee. Kishore Bhai, can you say hello? I know, mate. We will come back to you, Kishore Bhai. May I request the chairman to say a few words?
Sure. Can I go ahead?
Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's indeed my pleasure and privilege to join you today and sign the Memorandum of Understanding between Singapore Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Singapore Institute of Technology, Kanpur. I'd like to especially thank Professor Amitabha, IIT Kanpur, and Mr. Rahul Patel and Dr. Nikhil Agrawal, CEO, IIT Kanpur, first, and C3I Hub for collaborating with SICCI on this MoU. I also wish to acknowledge the presence of my Vice Chairman, Mr. Maneesh Tripathi, the Chairman also of the International and Bilateral Relations and Chairman of Incubation and Startups. We certainly owe him for this marriage of these two institutions for the larger good of both nations. Now, for the benefits of those who have not heard about the Singapore Indian Chamber, now here the Chamber serves the needs of local Indian businesses and the business community at large since 1924. SICCI strives to give its members a competitive edge in the global market by providing them with diverse insights, connections, and support services. Now, the array of business support services includes trade matching, job matching, business advisory, and networking sessions, seminars, and skills training. SICCI aims to be the gateway of opportunity for Indian businesses in Singapore helping both homegrown and international companies realize their true potentials. We have a strong team driving the incubation and startups, the chambers. Very recently, we have launched a student startup initiative called Catalyst 2020 with 4 other community organizations in Singapore. The competition and conference was graced by Dr. Janil Puthucheary, Senior Minister of State, Ministry for Communications and Information and Ministry of Health. And the prize giving ceremony was graced by the Minister of State, Ministry for Culture, Community and Youth, and the Ministry for Trade and Industry, Mr. Alvin Tan. Now, there was a total of 16 student teams that were given awards for innovative and groundbreaking ideas. SICCI has also recently established an international business division to serve the internationalization needs of Singapore companies. Through these broad-based services, SICCI aims to champion and further its members' interests. IITK, in short, has a long and successful track record of helping businesses from a variety of backgrounds, from startups to well-established global brands, grow and reach new markets. The institution is considered one of IIT's most famous universities for pioneering science-based engineering education in the country. IIT Kanpur was ranked 350 in the QS World University Ranking for 2021. It was ranked 65 in QS Asia Ranking 2020. IIT Kanpur has been ranked in India at number 4 by NIRF for the year 2020. It has consistently been among the top 5 in NIRF's ranking. Now, their desire to nurture reaches beyond the business sector, as IITK is committed to developing the minds of the youth who will one day venture into these industries. With a path-breaking innovations in both its curriculum and research, the IIT Kanpur is gaining a legendary reputation. I'm looking forward to what SICCI and IITK can achieve together, both in their local business environment and international. We at SICCI are proud to be partnering with IITK and helping it reach its goal of growing businesses and educating the business leaders of tomorrow. The scale of which IITK has grown and evolved since its inception in 1959 astounds me. Its willingness to adapt to changing situations and circumstances is a testament to its ingenuity and an example which all organizations can learn from. Like SICCI, IITK plays an integral role in the development of startups and existing businesses in India and the Kanpur region by providing them with the tools and education to succeed in their industries. This MoU that we are about to sign represents a commitment of SICCI and IITK to the common goals of nurturing businesses and the young business leaders of tomorrow, and in doing so, building a thriving entrepreneurial ecosystem. We hope to build a strong Singapore-India startups corridor by partnering with IIT. I look forward to collaborative endeavors between our two organizations as we constantly strive to find better and more innovative paths towards reaching those goals. In particular, I eagerly anticipate the pilot edition of SICCI Launchpad, which we are doing in collaboration with IITK. As the brainchild of my vice chairman, Maneesh, I must congratulate him on his ability to execute such a project and for his contributions to the wider entrepreneurial community.
Thank you, Chair.
I'm grateful that IITK has come on board to work with us on this launchpad. And I'm confident that this is but the first of many programs we will conduct together. In fact, I understand that launchpad itself has been envisioned as a series, and I cannot wait to see how it develops and expands in future editions. Working together, I believe SICCI and IITK will not only develop the startup corridor between Singapore and India, but nurture the future of the business community by developing a strong entrepreneurial spirit as well. Let me conclude by congratulating the staff of IITK, Singapore, and SICCI, who have worked tirelessly to put this agreement, to make this agreement possible, and who will pursue this partnership towards positive ends. Special thanks to the SICCI Chairman of Startups and Incubation Subcommittee, Maneesh, and members of the committee. They are Parthiban, Tushar, Doshi was just Mr. B, Murali Krishnan, and J.K. Saravan, and the International and Bilateral Relations Committee members, Ms. Purnima and Mr. Kishore. As we enter a phase of recovery following COVID-19, businesses and entrepreneurs must stand ready to adapt a changing world, to address the new norms, to compete in the global market. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you very much for the very inspiring words for all of us. Professor Amitabha, a few words from your side, please.
Sure. I can't possibly be as eloquent as Mr. Chairman, but with thanks to Mr. Chairman, Maneesh ji, Mr. Doshi, Purnima ji, Kishore ji, Mr. John, and all friends, I cannot possibly express today how happy we are as an organization that we are signing this landmark agreement. I'll tell you why I call it landmark agreement. For IIT Kanpur's incubation ecosystem, this is the first international agreement that we are signing.
Wow.
I'm enormously grateful to Maneesh ji for taking this up as an initiative and pushing us to get this done. It is landmark because it is coming at a momentous occasion. I am very happy to inform you that in last 2 weeks, we have been courted by 4 major European countries to set up very similar relationship with IIT Kanpur's incubation ecosystem. So you are the first of all our international collaborations. So it is a landmark. We are taking this so seriously that we have decided to constitute an international bench at our incubator, which will be stationed at our Noida Extension campus and will be reporting directly to Nikhil on a daily basis. Because it is clear the road ahead. Both Maneesh ji, friends at SICCI, IIT Kanpur first, we have only one objective in this context. The objective is to identify young technological talents and make sure that they get their dues in terms of revenue generation. Unless they can make business, there is absolutely no scope that more and more young people will take up technology-based entrepreneurship. And we know that technology-based entrepreneurship is going to change the way we live in this planet. Like new tech-based businesses, they are sustainable, they provide value, they provide economy of scale. So that is the only way to go. And I am very fortunate to be at an academic institution where excellence is practiced, worshipped, and valued. And as scientists, we do not care whether the excellence is in my own laboratory or someone else's laboratory. We celebrate it. So when there are excellent technological solutions coming from Singapore, a tiny country trying to get foothold in India, a very large country, and that way they can make good business, IIT Kanpur is excited. When I get offer from Maneesh ji and friends at SICCI that if you have fantastic companies in your incubator or in India in general, they need some finishing touches vis-a-vis technology at Singapore, we will facilitate it. They will need investment in Singapore, we will facilitate it. They will need business in Singapore, we will facilitate it. That is just music to our ears, because that is precisely what we want. So this MoU that we have signed, we are going to sign today, will truly usher in a completely new era that has not been seen in the Indian startup ecosystem so far. There are the only request I will make to SICCI, and I will request my colleague Nikhil, that unlike few dozen other MoUs that we have signed, this one should not remain as a piece of paper. It should be practiced in letter and in spirit. We have now dedicated manpower. We will put it in play so that it is actively pursued. We would not want to do anything that is either not feasible or not legal. But at the same time, if there is something within our power, we must push it very hard, because these are for both the organizations, this is a pioneering effect. And as all of you celebrated people, you have all pioneered many things in your life. You know that pioneering efforts always are more difficult than following the routine. But it is the pioneers who get their names etched in the history. So therefore, we are at a very momentous occasion that we can actually write history, right? So for that, we might have to take a few little extra steps. I am confident from IIT Kanpur side that we will do it, and Maneesh ji has given me enough confidence. We will start with our launchpad, and as promised, launchpad will only be the launching pad. There will be many such events to follow. With or without events, we will also work on the ground to facilitate technology-based businesses from both sides. And that is our solemn commitment to friends at SICCI. And with that spirit only, we will sign the MoU today. And that's all that I wanted to say. And thanks again. Thank you for being the first.
Thank you, Professor Amitabha.
Thank you, Professor Saab. Chairman, this was so inspiring.
Indeed.
Both you and Dr. Chandroo, Professor Saab, have set the stage. I mean, this is exactly what we wanted, right, Tushar?
Yes, absolutely.
And Purnima ji and Kishore bhai from the Bilateral International Trade Committee, our Startup Innovation Committee, 5 of us are here. So 6 of us will see that, Chairman, we will do the right things for the next 1 year, and we will get output. There is a lot of activity people do. Outcome and output is more important, Professor Saab, Nikhil ji. we will do that. So thank you very much. Now let's, you can sign at your desk, Professor Saab, if you have a copy there handy. Otherwise, Chairman will sign here and we will send you a copy. How do you want to do this?
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I do not have a copy with me because I am traveling in Delhi. But please, I would request Dr. Chandroo to please sign it, and we will send the virtually signed one immediately after this meeting. Ragini is there. Ragini, can you share the screen and we can virtually sign? Do you have the agreement?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have the final draft.
That's
sir.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries. No worries, Ragini. We'll request Dr. Chandroo to sign here.
Okay.
We'll take a picture and then we will send this copy by scanned. Yeah. So,
Yes, that would be great.
Zoom here.
Just zoom.
Okay.
Right. Gonna be okay. Sure.
Thank you so much.
You can just show the copy to them and then sure. No. You can go back a little. Just take it back. Take it back further. Yeah, correct. So, Professor Saab, Dr. Chandroo has signed it. We will send it to you.
Yes.
Congratulations to the whole team.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Dr. Saab and the team.
Yeah, I wish we were in person and a few champagne bottles could be cocked.
Thank you so much, Chief. Thank you.
So with your permission, we will just close it.
Thank you.
It's a very nice, warm, cozy event. Purnima ji, thank you very much for joining. Once again, Kishore bhai, we didn't hear you last time. You can just say hello to Professor Saab, Kishore bhai, if you're there. Okay, we saw his face.
Yes.
Ragini, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you, everybody. I'm here and I witnessed the whole signing ceremony. Congratulations to everybody.
Great. So, namaskar and thank you everybody. Chaudhary Saab, we can see you also. BBR Chaudhary Saab, namaskar. Thank you for joining.
Congratulations to everyone.
Yeah, Chaudhary Saab,
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Saab, thank you for joining. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Congratulations.